riding around looking for her. Everybody met at 3 at the church to go look.
I have no idea where I'm at. I am in the middle of nowhere. We were looking for Shantae Blankenship.
It was a quiet Friday evening in May 2016, the kind that whispers routine. But for one Texas town, that calm would be shattered forever. A local girl named Shantae went out for her usual walk and never came back. What seemed like just another evening would spiral into a dark mystery involving a haunted farmhouse, a killer hiding in plain sight, and a community forced to reckon with the monster among them. It all began on Friday the 13th, an ominous date in hindsight. Shantae, known for her friendly nature and bright spirit, was last seen alive around 8 p.m. Her friend Caitlin had just parted ways with her near Shantae's home after an ordinary chat. Earlier that same day, Shantae's boyfriend, John Adams, had picked her up from the Monte Carlo Cafe. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary, but something was wrong. Shantae never returned, and as the hours turned into days, fear crept in.
I walked around in the house.
Uh-huh.
I didn't see nothing in there and went to all the outbuildings. Coming back, and that storm cellar there had a bunch of grass knocked down. There she is. She's upside down in there, and she is beat. I got a daughter that age. Nobody.
As the days passed with no sign of Shantae, the Lake Brownwood community refused to sit still. Friends, neighbors, and even strangers joined the search, driven by desperation and a shared hope to bring her home safely. Among those helping were Charlie Riddell and Jackie Neal, a local couple deeply disturbed by the girl's sudden disappearance. Determined to do something, they organized their small search party and began checking areas others might have missed. That's how they ended up at a crumbling old farmhouse just outside of town, a place locals referred to as the Haunted House. Overgrown with brush, the property had been abandoned for years, its boarded-up windows and rusted gates making it the kind of place most people avoided. But Charlie and Jackie felt something pulling them there. As they approached, they immediately noticed something strange. Fresh tire tracks carved into the dirt suggested recent activity, odd for a place no one was supposed to visit. Then they spotted something else. A clump of human hair caught on the gate's hinge. Their hearts sank. They moved cautiously, following a faint trail of colorful rubber bracelets scattered across the path. Shantae was known for wearing stacks of them. The trail led to the storm cellar behind the house. When Charlie opened the cellar door, he froze. At the bottom lay Shantae's lifeless body. It was a horrific scene. Her face and body were badly beaten, showing signs of severe blunt force trauma. A lawnmower blade, later found nearby, had been used in the attack. There were clear stomp marks on her chest, suggesting someone had stood on her with immense force. What was once a hopeful search had become a heartbreaking discovery, one that would shake the entire town to its core. The investigation took off, and all eyes turned to potential suspects. First was Colin, a neighbor Shantae reportedly had a crush on. He failed a polygraph and had a shaky alibi. His family claimed he was home, but nothing could be proven. Then came John Adams, Shantae's boyfriend. Rumors swirled about their arguments. Shantae's friend Bitsy even recalled heated fights. Investigators took notice of John's yard, which had what they called a lawnmower graveyard, a chilling connection to the murder weapon. And when he deleted texts, things got worse. But the texts turned out to be related to drugs, not the murder. John, too, was cleared. Even Charlie and Jackie, the ones who found the body, were under suspicion. But polygraphs and DNA tests ruled them out. A man named Bobby Souza, who drove a red Ford Bronco, had been spotted near the area. But he had an alibi. He was at a party. And then there was Ryan Riggs. He didn't stand out at first. He joined the searches. He attended the funeral. He wept with the town. No one suspected him. Not yet. A year passed with no answers, and the case was growing cold. Despite intense community involvement and several persons of interest, every lead had hit a dead end. No DNA match, no confessions, no justice. That's when a retired investigator, still haunted by the case, suggested something new, something that hadn't been tried before in this small Texas town. Enter Parabon Nanolabs and their revolutionary snapshot DNA phenotyping technology. Unlike traditional DNA testing, which relies on matching samples to known individuals, this method could generate a physical description of a person based solely on their DNA. It was cutting-edge, controversial, and exactly the kind of breakthrough the case needed. Investigators sent off DNA collected from the crime scene, and soon a digital composite came back. It depicted a man with blue eyes, brown hair, and Caucasian features consistent with Northern European ancestry. It wasn't a name, but it was a face, and it was more than they'd had in months. That image changed everything. When Shantae's half-brother saw the composite, his reaction was instant. The face looked eerily familiar. It resembled someone he had seen at the searches, someone who had even shown up at Shantae's funeral. His name was Ryan Riggs. At the time, Ryan hadn't been on anyone's radar. He blended into the background, just another concerned face in the crowd. But now, thanks to a digital reconstruction born from a strand of DNA, he was suddenly the most important person in the investigation. What started as a technological longshot had given investigators a new direction. And for the first time since Shantae's murder, it felt like justice might finally be within reach. The truth would soon explode into the open, but not in a police station. Ryan stood in front of a church congregation and confessed. He said he was possessed by evil. His words froze the room. He told them he offered Shantae a ride. Then he strangled her. He stomped her chest. He grabbed a lawnmower blade and finished what he had started. He dumped her in the haunted house, then went on with life, pretending to care. Investigators were stunned. Ryan's confession matched every brutal detail: the tire tracks, the bracelets, the method of death. And there was more. He had a history. He once abused the family dog. As a teen, he stole a gun. There were signs, but no one ever connected them. When interrogated, Ryan didn't offer a clear motive. He only said he felt consumed by evil. It wasn't closure, but it was an answer. Ryan pleaded guilty to capital murder. Prosecutors were ready for a death penalty trial, but Shantae's family asked for mercy. They didn't want another life lost. So Ryan took a plea deal: life in prison without parole. He now resides in the All-Red Unit in Texas. Shantae's mother described her grief as a wound that never heals, but she felt relief that her daughter's killer was finally behind bars. Still, the community struggled. Ryan had blended in. He had searched. He had cried. And all the while he had known.
21-year-old Ryan Riggs is sentenced to life without parole after pleading guilty in the killing of Rhonda Shantae Blankenship.
The story of Shantae's murder is tragic, but it also highlights incredible advancements in forensic technology. Without snapshot DNA phenotyping, Ryan might have never been caught. It shows how science can breathe life into cold cases. But it also reveals something darker: the betrayal of community trust. In small towns, everyone thinks they know everyone. But Ryan was a predator hiding in plain sight. He attended vigils. He prayed with the victim's family. He smiled at their faces. And then there's the psychological piece. Was Ryan truly possessed? Or was that an excuse, a mask for pure, unfiltered evil? His past suggests he wasn't just a man who snapped. He had a pattern of violence long before Shantae's final walk. One girl's evening walk ended in horror. A haunted house became a crime scene, and a wolf in sheep's clothing was finally unmasked. This story isn't just about a murder. It's about how evil can wear a friendly face and how science, determination, and a community's refusal to forget can bring justice. What do you think? Could something like this happen in your town? Let us know in the comments, and if this story gripped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Because next week, we're diving into another real-life mystery that'll keep you up at night.